Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell. This is DexTrader.com, and today is November 12th, 2018, and this is Trading Live with Max. Now, today, we're going to be talking about a little bit. Now, I haven't done a video in a while, so I do apologize. But listen, I'm making these videos again, getting back into trading, because I've been secretly building a completely new network called Dex Markets. And it's going to have everything we have here, but some relationships that we built with a company called TradingView and a few other companies that we're bringing a lot of tools and education about Forex and trading and signals and just about everything. And it's the next grade up. Okay, we started out with Dex Signals, traveled to Dex Indicators and Dex Trader, and now we're going to go to Dex Markets. And this is what's going to bring out a huge opportunity to a lot of people. But we'll talk about that in future videos. What I want to talk to you about today is how to trade the dailies in, a couple different ways. A lot of people are just, you can do the set and forget. Come here, they fill about 30% of the time. When they fill, they'll win, 97, 95, sometimes even 100% if you're on the USD CHF for the last month or the last several days. If you look at it, the last month, last 23 trades, 100%. So not too bad. Even if you did lose one out of that, it'd be crazy, right? Last week, 15 trades over the last 7 days. So pretty powerful, all winners. Now, I got here this morning, seen the USD CHF setting up. I got in about 9 o'clock and popped over to my Nadex account. Okay, I'm going to show you my live account. Okay, this is a live account, and we're in trading right now. We got into the USD CHF for our standard daily kind of mentality, sitting at 1.0100. Now, it was called out at 1.0120, 20 pips up. Okay, so why did we go down one? Well, because of this, and I'll show you this is what we refer to as the choke up. And we just came in, did a USD CHF, isolated the variable, went to the sell, and went down the list. 1, 2. There were only 2 out of 12 that had failed under 20 pips. So we took an opportunity to say that we were going to be under that 20 pips because we seen the market. Because we went to, a market reader and looked at the chart, and we did use a chart. Now, I'm not asking you to go use charts for dailies, but you can if you wanted to do that. And we set it up. We've seen some good resistant levels, and we got in. Now, we also seen that British Gold Pound USD set up at 9 o'clock as well, and it was way off. I mean, not way off, but it was so far because of the movement of the market and everything. It pierced 2,900. Okay, so 1.2900 on the buy. So it was 1.2900, and it was shooting up, and it was way past that. Now, most people would have been like, "Well, get it at the at that level." But I want to show you what I seen when I went to a chart. I came here and I saw this. Now, what do I have on this chart? This is our friends over at TradingView, who we're now being affiliated with and partnered with. We're using just a standard chart system, and these are Bollinger Bands. Now, I put a Bollinger Band on. I also put on a, let me get that indicator up here. Not that one, indicator, boop. Built-ins. So I got the Bollinger Band sitting at a 20 with a close of 2 deviation. I also put on a moving average, just very simple stuff, nothing too crazy, right? We changed that to 50. I have it set default at 50. We can make that a little thicker. Okay, just like that. And so when I got here for the Great Britain Pound USD, I seen that we had pierced out, but our moving average is really pushing down, right? And so we were sitting at, we got all the way up to 29.31, and we were on this outside divergence of the Bollinger Band, and I knew we're going to return to the mean eventually. Now, the mean being so stretched, and what it's trying to do, it's going to come back down and bounce off and go back up again. But the mean was so much lower than the 2,900 that I knew that we had an opportunity for what we referred to as an OTM, an out of the money. Okay, and when I got in right around this area. Now, why was that so important? Well, because we bought this thing, okay, for $61, so for the $39.25, All right, so we risked $39 to make $61.75, $60 after, 59 something after fees. Okay, and look, we got 5 minutes left. It'd have to raise 13 pips, and it could do that. I've seen this stuff, do that. But with the USD CHF, I usually don't like to be in opposite ends of the USD, right? I usually like to have them, correlated into where if the USD is heading down on this USD CHF on the Great Britain Pound USD, it should be heading up, right? But in this particular case, we're so strong against that 2,900 and the 0.12000. I think we're going to be fine here in the next 5 minutes. So we'll pause the video for now and we'll come back. But again, this USD CHF is a choke up on the actual signals from the signal data. And this Great Britain Pound, I went with a sell instead of a buy, but I creeped it up because I knew that it was going to come back down below that number. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the video. We'll get back into the last, say, 30 seconds, 50 seconds of this trade so you can see it end and see it close and see the win of the money. Okay? All right, as we come back in, we got about 2 minutes left. I really wanted to get down to some other business here while we're doing this. We did, that's 30 pips off of where it was, so that's pretty powerful. And the move does work well. So this mentality of this process works pretty good. And once you really get an understanding of the Bollinger Band and using an MA and a few other tools, you can use the daily's data as such a strong essence of information, all right? Because we know that the market is exhausted at 28.20, okay, because of the previous high-low mentality of this system. So you know that that's a range. And when you get there, you all automatically know that 2,900 is a really strong range to be at anyway. So you know that it's pushing that. And when it pushes that just above, and that Bollinger Band is the essence of that spring-loaded part of the event, it's going to come back to where we call the middle or the mean, right? And now this may just bounce off, or it might use this as the new process to squeeze in together, especially when you get this boning effect that happens right here, okay? It pushes that outside, and it wants to come back in. Now, this is going to end up coming back in to do something like this, and then the market's either going to spring itself up to push, or it's going to spring itself to push down. Now, that's pretty obvious, right? But the concept here is that it really depends a lot on where this moving average is over a period of time, especially if you take a glance back at the market and see how far and long it's been going downwards. This is only a 15-minute chart, okay? So for that process, but we see we're definitely getting a lot of movement. We're coming down here in the last few minutes here, a few seconds here. We got 28 seconds left. I don't see us being an issue on either side of it. If this one loses now, then I'm out of the market forever, because I know if the move at Whiplash is 35 pips, 36 pips up, then that's going to scare the crap out of me anyway. All right, 12 seconds left. This is a pretty good morning because we got now the market makers taking all their deals away. They're like 99 boo-boo. There's nothing you can do. But this is a good run. $4 worth of fees coming out. So 61.75 plus 25 minus 4. It's an $82 morning on one contract. Now, of course, this could have been an $800 morning with 10 contracts with that process, but that's the way it goes. All right, you've seen it here. This was a live demonstration. Now, listen, on this particular account, the attorneys and everybody else tell me I can't show balance and all that kind of happy horseshit, but this is an actual live account. You did see how much I did just get, but it's not indicative to all of the success I've had, and it's not exactly what you could physically do. You got to put the time in. You got to work real hard from that solution. But you can kind of jump back over and look right here at 11 o'clock. Every single one of those signals provided result in information. And you can use that information to trade just like I have traded here. Okay. Now, pretty soon we're coming out with our Dex Effects Markets network, which will have a ton, I mean a ton of information. So stay tuned to the channel. We got some great stuff. If you're just watching, if you just tuned in, if you just bought into our network, we're going to get everything in one place for you to be able to share and be with us. All right. I look forward to seeing y'all next time. Y'all have a great day. I'm Max. This is DexTrader.com. And as always, trade well.